Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted us, while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, the prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Takahara ni kamuzumarimasu. Kamuro ki kamuro mi no mikoto mochide. Sumeni oya kamu izana mi no mikoto. Tsukushi no imuka no tachi hanano. Odomo ahaki hanami. Misogi hanami tamo. Noki ni narimaseru. Arai tono kami tachi moro moro no magabuto tsumi kekare o arai tamai kiyome tamare toma osuroto toyoshi o amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorosu no kami tachi tomo ni Amen no fuchi koma no mi furitate te hikoshi neseto kashikomi mo maosu miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Oshie miyoya nushin no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Oshie miyoya nushin no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Kam nagara tamachi haemase. Kam nagara tamachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of the night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of chanting and receiving joy. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
May God and your soul bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. Let us now listen to the teachings of Meishu-sama. Truth, virtue, and beauty. Only deeds of love can bring forth a world completely filled with truth, virtue, and beauty. Paradise on earth will be a world of beauty, a place where the inner hearts of all its inhabitants are just as beautiful. Ones whose thoughts, words, and deeds are always pure, always beautiful, can surely be considered one who lives in paradise. God's purpose is to create an ideal world where truth, virtue, and beauty reign. Needless to say, the dark forces foster falsehood, vice, and ugliness. Beauty is necessary to the soul, as it brings joy and a sense of wholeness, not only to yourself, but to all who come in contact with it. It can be called a kind of virtue. The higher a civilization is, the more conscious it should be of the value of and need for beauty. It is essential that everyone cultivate a greater sense of aesthetic values. By so doing, not only individuals but nations as a whole will benefit. Making beauty and its expressions in the various phases of life one of a person's main goals is a contribution of immeasurable value towards the betterment of society, which will certainly serve as a means of furthering the realization of paradise on earth. Beautiful environments make for beautiful thoughts, helping to place a person's mind on a higher plane. These in turn reduces crime and other negative actions in society. It must be realized that any teaching that aims at high ideals should maintain our awareness of beauty.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters evening service. Thank you also for your daily prayers towards world peace, the victims of wars, of natural disasters, as well as man-made disasters. This evening, I want to share with you the faith experience of Marisa de Paiva Lima from Parnaíba Johrei Center, Piauí, Brazil. November 2021, Marisa's mother departed for the spiritual realm. This triggered a deep depression that affected her personal and professional life. She felt lost and aimless. She cried constantly, had negative thoughts, and was irritable, very anxious. Every day after leaving a certain gym, she would pass by a Johrei center. She was curious, but never entered the premises. February of last year, she decided to visit the center. She was welcomed by the minister and shared about her situation. Upon receiving her first Johrei, Marisa felt a lightness she hadn't experienced in a long time. From then on, she began visiting the Johrei Center twice a week, receiving an average of 4 Johrei sessions. Just a few days, she felt great relief in her soul, and people began to notice that she was more cheerful. The more Johrei she received, the calmer she became. She enrolled in the membership course and aspired to share with others what Johrei had done for her. Consequently, in May of last year, she was blessed to receive the Ohikari Sacred Focal Point. She continued attending the center, dedicating herself to various activities. She provided narration for the evening services on Fridays, participated in weekly Johrei gatherings, and helped with cleaning. Additionally, she registered her ancestors in the Soleil site enshrinement protocol. Gradually, she became calmer, was able to accept her mother's passing with more serenity. Her tears were now of longing, not despair, as she understood that she had a mission to fulfill. As a result, her negative thoughts disappeared and she found reasons to smile. She's certain that her mission in this world is to bring Johrei Meishu-sama to everyone. Currently, she dedicates her time to service on Mondays and Fridays and participates in weekly Johrei gatherings at the Johrei Center. Marisa is very thankful to God and Meishu-sama for the blessings she has received and for the privilege of serving in the divine work. Thank you very much for attending this evening service and listening to this beautiful faith experience. Wish you all a very wonderful weekend.
This brings to a conclusion our evening service. Thank you everyone for joining us. We wish you a very blessed evening.